大家好，欢迎大家来到沙哈加瑜伽的线上课程。今天我们要介绍的是灵量 Kundalini 以及灵体的 Spirit。首先我们会一起静坐，接下来我们会一起聆听Sahaja Yoga 对于灵量和灵体的讲话。之后我们会再一起静坐。那首先就麻烦大家可以很舒适的坐着，然后把双手放在膝上，掌心打开朝上。我们可以缓缓的呼气以及吸气。让我们的身躯能够处在一个非常放松的状态。我们可以把双手向身躯靠近，这样我们的背脊就会自然而然的挺直。但注意不要让肩膀还有脖子紧绷，就让全身处在一种非常舒服的状态。接下来我们可以把右手放在心上，这边我们可以在心中默默地问自己一个问题：我是不是一个纯洁的灵？我们可以问3次。接下来我们可以把右手放在上腹处，身体的左侧上腹处，肋骨的下端。这边我们可以在心中再次的问自己一个问题：我是不是我自己的老师？一样，我们在心中问3次：我是不是我自己的老师？接下来，我们可以把右手放在身体下腹处，躯干与大腿连接的地方，在外侧。这是昆达里尼灵量的位置。那在这里，我们可以称呼灵量为昆达里尼灵量，或者是母亲。在这边，我们要问，在心中问6次：母亲，请让我得到真正的知识。6次，我们在心中问：母亲，请让我得到真正的知识。接下来，我们可以把右手往上移到左侧上腹处，左侧肋骨的下端。这边我们在心中说10次：母亲，我是我自己的老师。母亲，我是我自己的老师。 接下来，我们可以把右手放在心上。这边我们要在心中说12字：母亲，我是一个纯洁的灵。接下来，我们可以把右手往上移，放在左侧肩膀与脖子的交界处。我们在这边可以把头稍稍的往右转。这里一样，大家可以把眼睛闭上。我们在心中说16次：母亲，我没有罪恶感。接下来，我们可以把右手放在前额，我们在这边可以把头微微的向下倾。这里，我们要在心中说个几次：母亲，我宽恕所有的人，我宽恕自己。母亲，我宽恕所有的人，我宽恕我自己。接下来，我们可以把右手放在后脑勺，这里我们可以把头微微的向上倾。在这里，我们要在心中说个几次：母亲，如果我犯了任何的过错，请原谅我。接下来，我们可以把右手打开，把右手的掌心放在头顶的聪门。这里我们要在掌心施力，顺时针的按摩头顶聪门的这个位置。大家可以把手指向上抬，这样子掌心才有足够的力量来按摩头顶。按摩是顺时针的方向。同样的，请大家眼睛是闭着的。在这里一边按摩，我们一边在心中说7次：母亲，请让我得到自觉。 母亲，请让我得到自觉。接下来，我们可以把右手放回右膝上，掌心向上，把我们的注意力放在头顶。我们可以静静的坐一会儿。现在我们可以把右手放在头顶，大概10公分到15公分的位置。这里我们可以看掌心是否有察觉到一股微风般的流动，空气的流动，在右手的掌心或者在头顶。我们可以把右手放下，换左手，一样把左手的掌心放在距离头顶10到15公分的位置，然后看看掌心是否有感受到一股微微的空气的流动。我们可以看是暖流，还是比较凉风一般的触感。一样，我们可以把左手放下，换右手，再试一次。把右手放在头顶10到15公分的位置，然后察觉掌心是否有空气的流动，然后察觉它的温度是温热的还是清凉的。一样，把右手放下来，换左手，放在头顶10到15公分的位置，感觉掌心是否有空气流动，感觉它的温度是温热还是清凉。接下来我们可以把双手一样放回膝上，掌心朝上，一样的把注意力放在头顶。我们可以缓缓的把眼睛张开，一起聆听Shri Mataji关于灵量以及灵体的谈话。
I bow to all the seekers of truth. Yesterday, at the very outset, I told you that truth is what it is. If we have not found the truth, we should be humble and honest about it, because truth is for our benevolence. For the benevolence of our city, of our society, of our country, and of the whole universe. This is a very special time you are all born, where people have to get their self-realization. This is the resurrection time as described in the Bible. It's the time of Qiyamah as described by Muhammad. This is a very special time when Nala, as you know, Nala Damayanti Akhyan, Nala was faced with Kali. He got very angry with Kali and said that you have destroyed my family, you have destroyed my peace, and you put people into Brahm, into illusions. So I better kill you. He challenged Kali that you should be finished forever. Then Kali said, all right, let me tell you my Mahatmya. Let me tell you why I should be there. If I convince you, then you can stop killing me. But if I do not, you can kill me. So he told that today all those who are seeking the truth, seeking their self-realization, Atma Sakshatkara, those who are going into Giri and Kandaras, into the mountains and in the valleys, searching God all over the world, these people will be born as ordinary householders during Kali Yuga. There will be Brahma, no doubt. People will be in Sub-Brahma. Illusion will be there. And a confusion will be there. That I will create, no doubt. But because of this confusion only, these simple householders will seek the truth. And that's why that is the time they will get their Atma Sakshatkara. It's lots of prophecies have been there in our Shastras about these times. But especially Bhrugumuni in Nadi Granth has described about these times. If you tally them with the timing of today, it is exactly this time. After the death of Raghavendra Swami, this will happen, and that's what is happening now. For you people, it is very important to understand that Raghavendra Swami was in this area, and he did a lot of work. And now the time has come to complete his work. Also, Raman Maharshi. They didn't know how to explain, so they took to Maunas. People like Gyaneshwara at the age of 23 writing such wonderful things. Like Amrutanubhav is a book, I think the last word on spirituality. They had to get into samadhis at such a young age of 23 years. Because nobody tried to understand. So much of ritualism, so much of conditioning, so much of reading, that nobody wanted to know what they were talking. Everybody thought we know everything. And that's how this kind of a satisfaction that they had. Kabira has said, "Kaise samajhaun sab jagand?" How am I to explain? The whole world is blind. But this is what we have to achieve in our evolution. This is what we have to jump into. To become the spirit is told by all the scriptures. Not only India, everywhere. If you take Tao, if you take Zen, if you go to the Jewish or to the Christian philosophies or to the Islamic, everywhere it is said that you have to become yourself. You have to have self-knowledge. Of course, anybody said like that, those people who are in charge of religion, at the helm of affairs, making money or creating power out of it. People using religion for power or money. They didn't like it. So they said they are heretics. This is blasphemy. They have no special knowledge. And that's how they have been punishing people, troubling people, torturing them. But the time has come now for all the seekers to get their self-realization, Atma Sakshatkara. Yesterday I told you how it works out through Kundalini awakening. About Kundalini, people have written all kinds of nonsensical things which is not true. I'm your mother, I'm going to tell you truth. I am not going to tell you something false. Even if you don't like it, let me tell you. Because this is for your benevolence, for your good, for your hita. So when the Kundalini rises, she passes through your different centers, which are subtle centers, and nourishes them, pierces through your fontanel bone area, and connects you to the all-pervading power about which we do not know. Then from your hands you feel vibrations which are called as Chaitanya Lahari. Adi Shankaracharya has called it Saundarya Lahari. Because you can judge the Saundarya with this. Beautifully he has described. But how much they tortured him? Think of it. Person like Adi Shankaracharya, I don't know what to say. The one who gave such secrets about the mother, such great descriptions. He was tortured for what? What wrong did he do that he should have been tortured? Now we have to stand up with the truth and must say that, Mother, we have to have the truth and nothing else. I told you yesterday that Atma is the reflection of God Almighty in our heart. In these days of scientific conditioning, this is a new time apart from the dharmic. Scientific conditioning in which every scientist thinks that he knows everything. They don't know anything taken from them. It's absurd. Now you have seen so many scientists coming up and telling you about Sahaja Yoga. They have accepted because they have experimented. I told them that Muladhara chakra, the first chakra, Muladhara, is made of carbon atoms because it is made of Prithvi Tattva. And if you photograph the carbon atom and make a model out of it, and then take photographs, say from left side, you'll see the right side, and you'll see actually Om written. If you see it from the right side on the left side, you will see a swastika. But if you see from down upward, you will see a cross. There is, really I must tell you, a doctor, Varlikar, he is a very famous doctor. He missed his prize in the Nobel Prize because perhaps he was an Indian. He's the one who experimented with 3-4 other Sahaja Yogi scientists, and they said it is. It is. There is such a little knowledge with these scientists because they are seeing things from outside. With Sahaja Yoga, you go from inside. And everybody says the same thing. Because now you see me standing here, wearing a white sari and a red border. Everybody knows, everybody feels. I don't have to tell you, you know it, you see it and you say this is. But once you get your realization, whatever you feel on your hands is felt by everyone the same. Even if you take 10 children and tie up their eyes, ask them, what is this gentleman suffering from? They don't know if it's a lady or a gentleman eyes are tied. They'll put, supposing, one finger like this. That means his Vishuddhi is bad. You ask the person, have you got throat trouble? How do you know? We know. Because this finger is Sri Krishna's finger. Sri Krishna's place. This is the throat. It all relates. Mythology is not all absurd. 90% is absolutely what it was. Of course, there are some absurd things that have walked in. But 90% mythology, so-called mythology, is absolutely there. Now we go to temples. We think this is a temple going is very good and all. But we don't know what we are doing, what we are praying, whom are we praying, What are these deities? How they work in ourselves? Where do they reside within ourselves? What is their job? How to please them? We don't know anything, but you ask these foreigners, they know everything. First of all, they got fed up with Christianity. That's one thing. They just got fed up with all the nonsense they found out. They're very intelligent, you can see. And their conditioning was much less. They started thinking, after all, we don't know why they do like this. Then they were just ready. At that time, we exported lots of fake gurus. Best export is the fake gurus. Thank God we are saved. We are poor, that's a blessing. So lots of fake gurus went there, made a lot of money. And here also we had lots of them. I mean, we are just good at it, creating lots of fake gurus. And they befooled people one after another, made a lot of money. It's all money oriented. In the beginning, it was so difficult for me because they all used to come with big gusto to fight me because I said, you can't take money in the name of God. That was too much. How can she say you cannot take money? But now it's better. One by one, all of them got nicely exposed and more will be exposed. I don't have to tell you about them. They will be exposed one by one. If there is light, all darkness has to go and everything that is there has to be exposed. So everyone feels the same. There's no quarrel about it because the Spirit is a reflection of God Almighty, is one God who reflects Sadashiva. Sadashiva, who is a witness to the work of the primordial Mother Adi Shakti, is just witnessing the play, just witnessing. In you, he is witnessing as Atma, but he doesn't come into your attention. He's there. And his attention is only limited because he has not to any way interfere with your freedom. So he keeps to himself, he's just watching. That is the auto. When we say autonomous nervous system, that is the auto. That's the Spirit. Now, is the reflection of one Sadashiva. Naturally, all the reflections have to be the same. Their effects have to be the same. Of course, before realization is the reflection on a stone, we can call it, or on a wall, or maybe on some sort of an opaque thing. After realization, you become reflectors, beautiful reflectors, and it reflects you. And everyone reflects the same thing. So the effect of Atma Sakshatkar is the same on every person. That first he starts feeling this cool breeze in his hands, then out of his fontanel bone area. All of them feel the same way. Then they start feeling these centers and finding out what's wrong. Also, all of them become thoughtlessly aware. First stage, which we call as Nirvichar Samadhi. Instantaneously it works. You may say, Mother, it's very difficult. How does it happen? People have to go to Himalayas. All right, doesn't matter. You don't have to. Those days are gone. After all, the civilization, this tree of civilization has grown so big. Its roots have to be grown. Otherwise, the whole civilization will be finished. And this is the knowledge of the roots. And that's why to know this knowledge, you have to become subtler, sukshma. This is only possible when the Kundalini rises and pierces through your fontanel bone and makes you connected with the all-pervading power of God's love. So the first thing that you feel is collective consciousness, because everybody is the Spirit. So you can feel another Atma, you can feel another Atma, you can feel another. You can feel their body, you can feel their mind, you can feel anything. This is the first quality you get, Samuhik Chetana, on your nervous system, on your central nervous system. Whatever you have got in your evolution is expressed on your central nervous system. Now see, for example, if you have a dog or a horse and you want to take him through a very dirty lane, it will go, it won't bother. But for a human being, it is very difficult. Because in our evolution, our central nervous system has developed this sense of smell, a sense of beauty. All right. So this they have developed. And once they have developed, what happens? That now we human beings are definitely higher than animals in our evolution and in our subtler sensitivities. For a dog, it doesn't matter what you put here, how you decorate, what color you wear, nothing. To us, it is very important because our sensitivity has improved. It has improved because of our evolutionary process, we have become human beings. But in the human stage, we have one problem, and that problem is that we have developed two institutions in our head, as called as ego and superego. When you call the ego and the condition. These two institutions on our head cross over and calcify, and we become a closed personality. When the Kundalini rises, she passes through the Sahaja chakra, which is on the optic chiasma, and sucks in these two, opens the Sahasrara, and the Kundalini goes up. This is a living process. This is not that you can do. Supposing you want to sow a seed, you cannot pull out a primule, the ankura, and push it into the thing. You cannot make the seed sprout. It's a living process of a living God and of a living energy. Please understand, there's a big difference. So, this is working out spontaneously. The rising of the Kundalini, she is your mother. She moves very beautifully without troubling you. She knows her child very well. This is the chance she has to give realization to you. She has loved you all her life, all your lives, and she knows all about you, all your problems. Like a naughty boy you have been. Doesn't matter, she says, this is the chance to give them realization. It is she who comes up well, beautifully, works it out, blesses them. All this happens. But when she touches the Brahmarandra or pierces through the Brahmarandra, then the seat of Sadashiva is here. There's a reflection here, but the seat is here. These are the pithas in our head, 7 pithas. And the chakras are down here. So when she pierces through that, what we do is actually we have touched the feet of Sadashiva, and that's how in our heart the spirit enters into our attention. When the spirit enters into our attention, we become enlightened. Our attention is enlightened. And this attention is very alert and it knows everything. Sitting down here, you can find out about people what they are doing on the chakras. You will not discuss what clothes they are wearing, how much money they have in the bank, but they will see where are they on their chakras, what's the problem. Sitting here, you can cure them. Sitting here, you can help them. But they have to be one with this all-pervading power. That is important. If they are not, then it takes some time. So, first of all, you become nirvichar samadhi. And you start working out your collective consciousness by giving realizations to others. You become entitled to Kundalini. With your hands, you can raise Kundalini. You know, these people who are singing here, some of them have given realization to 1,000 people. And you can do it also. because now you have the power. But the problem is, you have been given the throne, you have been made to sit on that. Now you have been also adorned with a beautiful mukuta, but still you don't want to believe you have become the king. Now how to make you believe? So the second point is self-confidence is very difficult. They cannot believe that they have got self-realization. And go ahead with it. Work it out. You have become your own guru. Go ahead with it. They cannot. They are afraid. But all these horrible cheats, they have no realization, they have no knowledge, nothing. They become the great gurus, have thousands of people behind them, make fool of them, make money and spoil their lives. While those who are Sahajogis, who have all the knowledge, everything, still they are so humble. They are so simple. But they know about everyone. Anyone who comes there, they know. We know this. They won't say, but they know all of them in their own science. They will tell, this is this. They know. Then collectively they will work for that person. You will not know what they are doing. And it will work out. So the second nature of the spirit, apart from that it is a collective being, it is an absolute being. We live in a relative world. This is good, this is bad, that is this is that. But it's an absolute being in the sense you put your hands towards a photograph. Immediately, if it is made by a realized soul, you'll start getting the vibrations. Think of anyone. Was that a realized soul? Just put your hands. There are many people who don't believe in God. Atheists, so-called, don't believe in God. I mean, it's most unscientific, but supposing they don't believe in God. They have to just ask, Mother, is there God? Finished. They get the vibration. All things can be proved. There is praman for everything, praman for all that is said. This is a very great thing that happens to you, that you get the praman out of your Chaitanya. Then this chit, which is so attentive, which is so dynamic, which is so effective, also purifies you. It knows where is your problem, what chakra is cut. They tell you. Like I was there in Delhi, they brought 3 boys. Mother, there are gas catching, somehow or other we cannot clear it. That means they are egoistical. They also said, yes, mother, we are gas catching, we got headaches. They are egoistical, but they didn't say they are egoistical. And they themselves are saying, yes, mother, our gas is catching, please clear it out. So you are yourself saying, I am egoistical. Because that pains you, now that ego is paining you. So, mother, clear us out. We can't clear out this agya. All right, come along, I'll clear it out. So you start judging yourself. You know about yourself, what's wrong with you. My this nabi is catching, my that chakra is catching, my that chakra is catching. They all know about themselves and they know how to clarify and clear it out and work it out. So you cleanse yourself. But the greatest cleansing comes when you are collective. Many people take my photograph, mother, we do puja, we sit down, meditate. But still again I got this trouble. You have to be in the collective. That is a very important part of surgery. Because now you don't have to go to Himalayas, not have to go and jump in the Ganges. You don't have to do any fasting. You don't have to say any japas, nothing. Only one thing, you be collective. Collective is the ocean of the attention of Almighty. Once you are in that collective, you get cleansed. Like my finger, supposing, is all right, but supposing a nail is cut out and thrown, it won't grow. Nobody will pay attention to it. So you have to come to the collective. There, ego comes in. There are people who are very big, rich, very well educated, politicians, big people. They find it difficult to come down to a humble place in the center. They want another palace to be created for them, otherwise how can we go there? It's mother's house. Even if your mother is humble, she doesn't have much money, all right, doesn't matter, it's my mother's house. And they don't come, and then they lose vibration. This is a very common failing, especially in India, not in the West, because they know what precious thing they have achieved. We have no idea as to what it is that we have achieved our Atma Sakshatkar. So, again, next year I come. Mother, I have this problem, that problem. I have been meditating at home, all right. If you don't come to the collective, you cannot cleanse yourself. That's the only way in Sahaja Yoga. You can cleanse yourself and you can be above everything else. So when the Kundalini passes through your Agya chakra, you become thoughtlessly aware. A thought rises and falls, another thought rises and falls. Some come from the past, some come from the future. But we are not in the present. If I say you be in the present, you cannot be. That's why Kundalini awakening is a happening which attracts your attention inside. Just like this sari of mine, is the Kundalini coming up. See now, it's spread out like that. But when she's coming up, she's pulling all the attention inside. And that's how your attention goes in. And when she pierces through, then there is a space in between the thought called as Vilamba. This, of course, everybody knows perhaps. That increases, that is the present. So we have to be in the Vartaman. We have to be in the present. Then we are thoughtless. Say the waves of water rising, falling. You are facing the water. But when you are in the water, you are afraid, frightened. When you have problems, you are frightened. But supposing somebody takes you out and puts you into a boat, then you sit. You can solve your problems. But supposing you know how to swim, you can jump down and save many others. So in 3 stages you move. So the growth only takes place when you are thoughtlessly aware, and that can be achieved in collectivity as well as in your meditation, for which you don't have to pay. Some people have an opening introduction lecture free, and then the second one is banking. Sahaja Yoga is not like that. All this nonsense is not in Sahaja Yoga, it's reality. Reality cannot be purchased. Actually, God doesn't know bank. He doesn't know money. He doesn't understand anything about money. He has not made money. This is your headache, not his. Of course, supposing I have to fly, I have to pay. It's all right. If I have to get a hall, I have to pay, but for the hall, not for God. For awakening, for enlightenment, you cannot charge anything. Even for darshan, I'm told people charge money. Imagine. For them, everything is money, 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 money. How can they rise to the level of spirit? And we are so simple, The bhaktas are so simple. All right, you want 5 rupees. I'll sell my ring, and you want this, I'll give you this. There was a guru in America who had, I think, 48 Rolls Royces, or they had forgotten the counts. And he wanted one more. So he told his disciples that you should some or other get me one more Rolls Royce, then I'll come to England. So poor things were living on potatoes, starving themselves. So one of the Sahajogis said, what are you doing? Why does he want a Rolls Royce? What is his interest in Rolls Royce? He says, we are just giving him the metal, but he is giving us the spirit. Can you imagine? Metal can be exchanged for spirit. Must be some sort of a bhuta bada he must be putting on them. And that in English language is spirit. English language is very dangerous because spirit is wine, spirit is atma, and spirit is a bhut. I don't know which spirit they mean. So, the relationship with God, if it has to establish, we have to become, first of all, the spirit. Then only this relation can be established. One may certify oneself, I am this, I am that. But it's no good. It is of no use. Because this human body is given to you. Imagine what this divine power must have done to make you a human being. How gently, carefully, beautifully you are made a human being. And now, why this human body you have got? What are we using it for? We must evaluate our human life. What is it for? Is it for just insurance, or I don't know what else they do, but is it for something that we become the light of the world? So this light of the spirit spreads in the attention, and the attention becomes dynamic, active, works out, is very alert and extremely punctual. Then this attention doesn't get bored at all. People don't know what is boredom is. Because this boredom comes when your attention becomes tired. But here the attention is full of light, so they don't know what is boredom is. The second thing that is the nature of spirit is that it tells you the truth, the absolute truth. Nothing but the truth. Anything that these Chaitanya Laharis tell you, when you are matured enough, not before that, when your connection is complete, otherwise halfway you are connected and halfway you are not, then no. But when you are mature, that is the stage of nirvikalpa. When you become that, then your attention is absolutely correct, your vibrations are correct, and the report is absolutely correct, and what information you get is 100%. So the truth about anyone. Now, say, you want to know about Sri Ganesh. You worship Sri Ganesh. Many people make fun of even so-called intellectuals, you see. They don't know what to say, so they start saying nonsensical things about Sri Ganesha. It's a sin. But you can ask whether is Gauri Putra is bestowed upon the Muladhara in ourselves? Of course. All those who are realized will get tremendous vibrations. And you too, if you have doubts. If you are worshipping Sri Ganesha, you ask this question. If you are worshipping Sri Vishnu, you ask that question. If you are worshipping Christ, you ask that question. If you are worshipping Shiva, you ask that question. What's wrong with us? That without connection, we are calling Shiva, 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 Shiva. Is he in our pocket? How can you just call, is he our servant or what? But if you have realized, even taking once his name is sufficient. He acts. Because we are in his kingdom. In this kingdom of yours, in Indian kingdom that is there, you may call anybody, nobody will come in any case. Question doesn't arise. And when you start calling God also without connection, it won't act. But if you are connected, then not only that deity will help, the one who is troubling you will be all right. Not only that, but whatever you want is done. It happens. All kinds of manorathas are fulfilled. So, whether we should call it enlightenment or fulfillment is your own choice. It's complete fulfillment of your own being. So, the third nature of the spirit is that it is love. Because it is love, it gives you joy. But Nirvaj, this love doesn't want anything. It just gives such a soothing, beautiful feeling. People have stress after doing all kinds of nonsensical things. You will have stress, no doubt. But when the whole is made here, all your stress goes out. There's no more stress. We don't know what stress is. People don't go to doctors. Even the doctors don't go to doctors. They come to me. I'm not a doctor, but they come to me. Surprising. This is meta-modern science. Meta-modern, above modern science. But do you know, we are Indians, have this heritage of all. We believe more in the English language, more in the English dress, more in the English knowledge, because we know English only. But those who know French will believe in French. Now the time has come that they should believe in us. Because we don't believe in our own country. We don't believe in our own culture. We don't believe in our own knowledge. This is nothing new, I'm telling you. Sahaja Yoga is a very ancient thing. Nanak has Sahaja Samadhi Lagu. Every saint has described. But we are doing this, that, all ritualism, karma kandis, this, that. This cannot give you the ultimate. Cannot. I'm telling you, that's the truth. Spirit is what we have to be. That's the ultimate goal of our life. That all the rest of them fall in line. And that's what we have got from every scriptures, from every incarnation, from everywhere. Let us now just think that let us become the spirit, and then let us become a realized soul, a master. May God bless you.
我们可以把双手放在膝上，掌心朝上，把注意力放在头顶。我们可以静静的坐一会儿。 好，所以我们可以把眼睛闭上。接下来要介绍大家一个提升能量或班丹的动作，这是我们在静坐前、静坐后都会做的。我们把左手放在剑骨之前，Kundalini灵量的位置，左手缓缓的往上抬，然后右手围绕着左手顺时针的旋转，把两只手同时缓缓的带到头顶。到头顶的时候，我们打一个结，两只手交错打一个结，然后把两只手放下。第二次，左手放在胫骨之前往上抬，右手绕着左手顺时针的旋转，把两只手带在头顶。第二次我们打2个结，然后把双手放下。第三次一样，左手往上抬，右手绕着左手顺时针的旋转，两只手带到头顶。这次我们打3个结，把双手放下，这就完成了提升能量的动作。接下来我们要做的是班丹，班丹是梵文，在中文叫做灵体保护。我们把左手放在左臀旁，右手自左手开始绕着身体画一个圆弧，注意要把头顶也放在圆弧里。回来，是一个拱形，不是一个圆弧，拱形。那我们这个要做7次。像我们对孩子说的彩虹，我们要在我们的灵体上面用右手画出7道弧线。这就完成了灵体保护的动作。接下来我们可以把双手放在胸前，向我们的灵致敬。感谢大家参加这次的线上静坐。那我们鼓励大家每天能够规律的静坐2次，至少2次，早上1次，晚上1次。这样子的话，你的自觉会被巩固得更好，然后你对于能量，还有对于灵的知觉也会越来越精细，越来越稳定。 那在家中静坐的时候呢，就是找一个安静的地方，然后在静坐之前提升能量，画班丹。接下来就把双手放在膝上，静静的坐一会儿，把注意力放在头顶。静坐时间长短不一，看个人的需要。最后在结束的时候，再重新做一次提升能量，画班丹，就可以结束静坐。那谢谢大家，那下次再和大家一起分享关于沙哈加瑜伽。祝大家有个美好的一天，再见。